What's up everyone, welcome back to Team FAS Motorsports, and today we're hopping on the inside of this RZR Pro R and doing the next part of our DRT transformation series by installing some of these really awesome billet parts. We're adding the Billet Passenger Grab Handle with push-to-talk plate, the steering wheel push-to-talk plate, and the Grip Shifter version 2.0 with the Pro Series shifter gate. These parts completely change the feel of the cab. It's where performance meets precision. The interior of the Pro R is pretty good the way it is, and it is functional. However, it doesn't give you anything that's really eye-catching or pops out at you and makes it look awesome. But these DRT parts, being billet and how they are built, you can just tell when you have them in your hand. They're a good quality product. So we're going to swap out a few things on the inside here and just dress this up and make it a little bit more ours. All right, so the first thing we have to do is assemble the grab handle with the passenger side push-to-talk plate. This is actually quite a bunch of little screws and stuff in here, but I've seen them done and complete and they're well worth it. So we're going to get to work on this and then we'll go ahead and install it in the vehicle. So in the box you get some hardware and you get your badge you put on at the end, and on DRT's YouTube channel there's some real detailed instructions as well. I'll link that down below, but we're going to put this thing together and then get it thrown in the vehicle. All right, so for this install you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need a 3 and a 4 millimeter Allen and either a 1/4 inch drive or just an Allen key itself. We're using a 1/4 inch drive with the bits. So you're going to want to get your main cross member here. And we're going to go ahead and just line up our grab handles. Once you get those threaded in by hand, you can go ahead and tighten all 6 of them. Next, we're going to be attaching the adjustment rod to the grip. So you have 2 spots right here. What you want to do is you just want to make sure that when you install these, they are facing inward and parallel with this top bar. They have to be parallel to this so that they can slide in and lock into the machine. Once you have them lined up, you're going to take your 4 millimeter and tighten this down. This grab handle comes with 4 different plates. So on this one, we want the push-to-talk to be on the left. So we're going to go ahead and get that mounted in there. And obviously on the other side, we're just going to use the blank panel. Once those are in place, you can go from the other side and slide your screws through. Next, we're going to remove our push-to-talk button. We're going to undo the clamps on the stock grab bar. All right, so the next thing we want to do is go ahead and remove this grab bar. So this unit has a subwoofer, so this is not easy. As easy as it sounds, it's not. So I got it out now, but you'll see there's these clips here. They're spring-loaded. So you have to actually get them down and pull them back so that they're released. On this Pro R, again with the subwoofer, you can go through here on the top of the dash, pull your basket out of the way there. You can reach down with a screwdriver and get that pushed back and moved out of the way so it releases. On this side, you take your speaker cover off and get your hand back here and you can release it. Took me a little bit to figure that out, but now that that's out, we're gonna go ahead and put the DRT one in. So now that that stock bar is out of the way, you can take your DRT bar, go ahead and you can slide that right in. Once it's in, Go ahead and lock your latches. And that's all together. So now the only thing left to do is put our emblem in. Peel the sticky tape off the back. That's it. It fits right in there. It's real nice. They do have some holes here. There's 3 across the bottom, 1 on the top here, that you could actually mount another accessory to if you had to, or any of the other stuff. But this is a nice, it's a pretty solid unit here, and it looks great. All right, next we're going to be installing the driver's side steering wheel push to talk. So this mounts between the hub and the wheel. So it looks like right there. So this is just going to go right on your wheel, and they give you a zip tie and a screw to hold it in. So we'll go ahead and hop in the machine and get this one installed as well. All right, so what we're going to do here is install this plate right here behind this cover. So get a push pin tool, pop that out. It'll come right out of the clips. Grab your plate. Now this fits right down here underneath this notch and fits right into place like that. So it's going to screw into there. Grab your screw and your washer. This is a 2.5 millimeter. And you can tighten this fully down. Now that that's in place, you're going to have to notch your cover. So once this is going to go back on, it won't allow it to sit flush. So you're just going to have to notch out that plate so everything goes back into place. So we'll grab a marker and do that now. Okay, so holding that into place, just going to put your 2 marks where you have to notch this out. All right, so you can use whatever you want to cut this. I'm just going to go ahead and use a Dremel. Now I'm just going to go through here and clean it up with this file. All right, so once you got that Dremeled all out, you can go ahead and reinstall this cover onto your wheel. That's it. Snaps into place. It's nice and tight. So now you can go ahead and move your push to talk button. I have some new ones coming from PCI I'm going to pick up out at Camp Razor. These buttons, the Velcro ones, are different than the ones that go into the plate. So we'll grab those at Camp Razor and install them for this and for the grab bar when we get out there. Now let's go ahead and install the shifter and the shift gate. You're going to need your 2.5 Allen as well as your 3. So you're going to remove these bolts, and then we'll bolt it fast through this hole on the back side. On the stock machine, it is a push pin here. So we'll take that off. We're going to remove the shifter and then just use this keyway to put it into place. So let's hop on over to the machine and get the stock stuff off. Okay, so first thing you want to do is go ahead and get this cap off the shifter. Just like that. And then in here, you have a T25, I believe it is. And once that's done, we'll go ahead and remove this push pin. Once that's out, the stock shift gate will come out, and we'll go ahead and put the DRT one in. But first, we have a couple things to do to get that one ready to get bolted up. Okay, now that all that stock stuff's out of the way, we're going to go ahead and remove this plate so we can gain access to the hole to bolt this up. Okay, so now that that's all off, this is where your bolt's going to go and hit the same exact spot on the machine where the push pin was. So this will just fit right through there. So we'll go ahead and show you that. All right, so now we got that all unbolted. We're gonna go ahead and slide this into place. It fits in these two top notches. Got a bolt in there. All right, so we're gonna get this started by hand. You don't wanna obviously drop that nut down in there. Then we'll hold it with our 10mm. And using your 3, go ahead and tighten this down. Okay. Now if that's bolted down, we can go ahead and reinstall the top plate. Right, now that the shift gate's installed, we'll go ahead and put the handle on. That's it for installing the shifter and the shift gate. That V2 shifter feels real nice in my hand compared to that plastic chintzy stock one, and that shift gate just dresses up the whole interior. And that's a wrap on the DRT Motorsports interior upgrades. That grab handle, push to talk, and shifter setup really tie everything together on the console and upgrades the interior look. Everything feels cleaner, tighter, and that billet just ties this whole build together. Next in the series, we're going to be installing the CV guards and the rear shock protection. That's a must for anyone that encounters stuff on the trails like we do. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, comment down below if you have any questions or comments, and we'll always be happy to answer you. If you need any of these DRT parts, visit our website at teamfasmotorsports.com or give us a call at 914-799-5558. We're always happy to just go over the parts with you or give you a quote. And check out all our new gear at fasmerch.shop. We've got a bunch of new designs going into the dune season, so we hope you enjoy them, and we'll catch you on the next one.